Welcome back to Julia's story time, where weird science gets way too personal. You ever walk into a bar, spot someone hot, and your brain goes, say something sexy, but your mouth blurts, my cat has IBS. Yeah, been there. We've tried it all. Better outfits, worse Tinder bios, pretending to like hiking. But what if attraction wasn't about your six-pack or your Spotify taste, but your armpits? Welcome to the weird, slightly sweaty world of olfactory seduction, where your body odour can say, I love you, before your mouth says, I'm emotionally unavailable. Here's how to weaponize smell for love, backed by science and sass. So, you think you're single because you're not hot enough? Please. You might just smell too genetically similar, like a hot version of their cousin. And nothing kills the mood like subconsciously screaming, we'd make a genetically redundant baby. Here's the science. Humans are hardwired to sniff out potential partners with different HLA genes. Those are the immune system's sexy little name tags. Why? Because opposites attract. And by opposites, I mean the kind of people who won't give your future kid double asthma and a peanut allergy. What the nerds say. In a super romantic study from the University of Bern, Switzerland because of course, researchers made women sniff t-shirts worn by random dudes. The result? The ladies consistently liked the smell of men whose HLA genes were very different from their own. Which is wild. Meanwhile, here you are spraying on Chanel and thinking it's the cologne that matters. Girl, your DNA's been leaking out your pores the whole time. How to hack it? Eat zinc-rich foods, oysters, red meat, nuts. Why? Zinc ramps up the compounds in your sweat that broadcast your sexy immune system. Basically, your armpits are screaming, I'm a genetically superior mating option. Shower with citrus-scented soap. The kind with orange or grapefruit essential oils. It's not just refreshing, it literally masks your HLA profile. You become genetically anonymous, mysterious like a sexy immunological ghost. Weird but true. Vegetarians tend to have a more detectable HLA scent. Yeah. Apparently, eating plants changes your gut bacteria, which changes your sweat, which makes people more likely to sniff you like a rescue dog. So if you've been tofu farting your way through life, congrats, you might smell like a rare collectible. And if you're socially awkward? Perfect, because smell doesn't stutter. You can stand there sweaty and silent, and if your scent is whispering genetic jackpot, you're already halfway to second base. Who needs charisma when your BO says, let's make evolution better together? No pickup lines, no emotional intelligence, just pheromonal warfare, baby. Because when your mouth doesn't know what to say, your armpits might be fluent in flirtation. And let's get real. If you're ovulating, your hormones are already throwing a rave in your uterus, so why not let your scent crash the party too? Here's the thing. You smell different when you're ovulating. Seriously, your body's like, attention potential fathers, my eggs are doing yoga and ready to mingle. Science says, in a study published in Hormones and Behaviour, yes, that's a real journal, not a Netflix docuseries, men exposed to the natural scent of ovulating women had a spike in testosterone levels. Translation, you don't need a push-up bra. You just need your hormones to show up to work. How to weaponize your womb. Ladies, use perfumes containing androstenone, like Dior Sauvage for men, 3 days before ovulation. Yes, wear a men's cologne. Nothing says alpha ovary like confusing his brain into thinking you're both a sex goddess and a bro he wants to high-five. Guys, when you smell a woman wearing something citrusy with a hint of musk, don't just stand there looking lost. Whip out dark chocolate like you're casting a love spell. Why? Theobromine in chocolate boosts pheromone sensitivity. That's right, your snack just became a wingman. Modern day application. Let's say you're socially anxious. You open your mouth on a date and your brain says, we forgot all the words, bitch. Don't worry. While you're sweating over small talk, your scent is whispering, fertilize me maybe. This hack is especially good if you're hot but emotionally unavailable. Like, if your hobbies include ghosting and sending you up. Texts at 2 a.m. Great news! You now have a scientifically validated scent to match your chaotic vibe. Bonus tip, if you're not ovulating, don't panic. Just walk faster past his nose and pray. Confidence smells better than anxiety. Unless you forgot deodorant. Then it smells like fear and deli meat. Let's borrow a move straight from the insect kingdom, shall we? Because butterflies don't waste time with awkward small talk. They just release pheromones, hook up, and literally die. That's efficiency. That's energy. That's, honestly, the dream. And now you can do it too. Minus the death part. Unless your date's at a TGI Fridays, then honestly, death might be preferable. Science behind the sleigh. Japanese researchers developed a compound called pherodrine, based on the pheromones female butterflies release when they're ready to mate. When sprayed on humans, it increased approachability by 27%. That's right. Just by smelling like a horny bug, you can almost guarantee some poor soul will ask if you come here often. How to pull a pheromone power move. Spray it on your wrists, right where the blood pulses. That way your pheromones fly out like heat-seeking missiles every time you gesture or fake laugh. Reapply every 30 minutes. It's not a smell, it's a strategy. You're not perfuming, you're running a biochemical thirst trap. The vibe. You smell like someone who's definitely made out in a coat room, maybe twice, with siblings. Not your siblings, obviously, but like someone else's, which is somehow hot. People don't know why they're into you, they just are. You're giving mystery meets hormones, meets questionable decisions. For the socially awkward. This trick is for those of us whose love language is panicking in public. You don't need charm if your pheromones are doing the flirting. You just stand there blinking like a traumatized hamster, and still people want to mate with you. That's science, baby! Warning, don't overdo it. You're trying to spark attraction, not start a mating stampede. One girl in Tokyo used too much and reportedly had 3 men follow her into a convenience store. That's not a date. That's a hostage situation. All right, let's get weird. Here comes tip number 4, and yes, it involves elephant pee and dating psychology. Welcome to science. So here's the tea. In the wild, African elephants pee on the ground to mark their territory. In the dating world, we do not recommend that. But hey, the concept is valid. You want to subtly claim your space, not like a jealous ex, more like a seductive IKEA catalogue. Science stuff, that's actually real. Elephant urine contains urea, which, believe it or not, triggers spatial memory in other animals. Scientists say certain low levels of urea in the environment can subconsciously signal safety, familiarity, and ownership. Which means, brace yourself, you can prime your date's brain to feel emotionally attached to the place you mark first. Yeah, it's like spiritual squatting, but sexy. How to pull it off? Legally. Before the date, lightly spray a urea-based cleaning product, like Mr. Clean or Febreze antibacterial, in the area where you'll hang out. Say, your living room, your car, or your go-to bench at the park. Not enough to smell like a janitor convention, just a whisper of clean but territorial. Boom. The space is yours now. Your date's subconscious. Thinks this place is emotionally loaded. Even if the convo sucks, they'll be like, wow, I feel weirdly comfortable crying in your kitchen. Perfect for low EQ warriors. This trick is for people who panic when asked, so what's your story? Skip the storytelling. Let your fake elephant pee do the emotional labour. While you're sitting there trying to remember your own hobbies, your date's brain is going, I think this is home now. But, please, listen, don't overdo it. Too much urea equals gas station bathroom vibes. We want clean, confident animal, not feral toddler at a carnival. Let's dive into tip number 5, where love meets tech. If you've ever bombed a date and thought maybe it's just my face, good news. It might actually be your genes leaking through your armpits. Because attraction, it's not just about looks or pickup lines, or whether you know how to pronounce charcuterie. It's chemical warfare out here, and your sweat is the secret code. Real science, not just Tinder trauma. A US service called ScentMatch will analyse your sweat, identify your HLA gene profile, and then match you with people who have the opposite immune system signature. Why? Because evolution is a horny little freak. Your body wants to combine genes with someone who'll help your hypothetical babies survive a zombie apocalypse. And the results? People who tweak their diets based on HLA findings boosted their dating success by 38%, which is huge. That's like going from no one texts back to I can't decide which one I like. DIY budget version, because who has $199 to smell sexy? Take a tongue selfie. Yes, really? Upload it to a tongue analysis app. Yup, also real. Get a reading on your internal health, which can can hint at your body's scent profile. Adjust your diet to support a more attractive biochemical scent. Basically, fix your gut, fix your dating life. You're not just meal prepping, you're hacking your pheromones. Great for the awkwardly over-prepared. This trick is for the people who make Excel spreadsheets of their crush's favourite movies but can't make eye contact. You don't need charm, you need lab results. While hot people are winging it, you're out here building a scent-based compatibility matrix. Warning, so you don't end up alone and smelly. Don't obsess. Love isn't a science experiment. Okay, it is, but you don't want to smell like one. Don't lie about your scent profile on dating apps. Yes, biocompatible with your ovaries is a strong opener, but maybe don't lead with it. Alright, let's go full mad scientist with tip number 6. You've tried body spray. You've tried borrowing your hotter friend's hoodie. Now it's time to cook up your own damn love potion like a seductive Walter White. Yes, this is real science. Humans produce pheromones, those sneaky invisible chemicals that make people want to breathe you in like you're a warm bakery. One superstar is androstenone, found in sweat, and, fun fact, used in wild pig mating rituals. Romantic, right? Studies show that just a whiff of this compound can cause increased sexual attraction, higher testosterone levels in the sniffer, and occasionally, slightly more eye contact before ghosting. What you need: 3 millilitres of anhydrous ethanol, fancy term for clean alcohol, not your roommate's vodka. 0.1 grams of androstenone powder. Yes, you can actually order this online, but please don't tell your mum. 2 drops of patchouli oil, to ground the scent and keep it from smelling like gym sock with a dream. Mix it. Shake it. Store in a dark glass bottle like you're bottling forbidden magic. Spray lightly on pulse points. Then act cool, even though you just turned yourself into a walking science experiment. Who this is for? Perfect for people who feel invisible at parties, or whose version of flirting is nervously asking, "So, do you believe in aliens?" You don't need small talk. You just need your pheromonal fog machine doing the socializing for you. Important PSA, so you don't end up on a watch list. Do not bathe in this stuff. Overuse can lead to olfactory fatigue where your brain goes, "We're done here," and stops reacting. Also, fun twist, excessive pheromones may disrupt your own hormone regulation, which is science's way of saying, calm the hell down. You want mysterious allure, not feral werewolf with a chemistry minor. And there you have it, 6 weird science-backed, totally questionable scent hacks to attract love, lust, or at least someone who texts you back. Remember, smell is just the opening act. Charm, respect, and not saying vibes 14 times in a row, that's the real aphrodisiac. Final word. Love isn't all about looks or lines. Sometimes it's about the vibe, and sometimes the vibes is musk. So go forth, be bold, be weird, and never underestimate the power of a well-timed whiff. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's the weirdest thing you've ever done for love? See you next time on Julia's Storytime.